From Ride. Tagged you in it.
Hello. No, I didn't.
Oh, we are live. Never mind.
Once it goes live, it's not. Good morning, Warren County, and I am your host of the show for Warren First 931, Kelly Walker Slaughter. And this morning, our special permanent guest, always that's welcome in here, is Miss Melody Krim. Good morning. And this morning, I just feel like we need to, the sun's out. We need to get, this weekend's packed with a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like it says on our intro, we are going to be talking about the Hurricane Helene relief, disaster relief going on right now here in Warren County and beyond. We're also going to talk about Autumn Street Fair, and we're also going to talk about homecoming parade and more and events. But before we do that, if they don't kick me off, I just love it. And we said this off air too, which we can talk a little bit about it. But I never thought this. Now I know Snoop Dogg started his stuff, but when he became she goes, when did Snoop Dogg get this way? And I go, it's when he became a grandpa.
I think all adults change once they become grandparents. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
those people who take care of our kids aren't the people who raised us.
That's true.
At all.
That's true. And so with that, he's actually come up with a kids hit volume 1, but that's part of his new television series called Doggyland, where they learn how to love each other and accept everybody's differences and just kids being kids essentially while learning, their ABCs, their shapes and things like that. And again, as a parent that has a 2-year-old, a toddler, it's really refreshing and it's not bad to watch.
Right.
Because, nothing against all the other shows, but then you're just like, oh my God, how much longer can you sit on that couch?
Right.
I'm just going to say
I'm surprised
I love the big comfy
still
couch.
wiggling.
I love the Wiggles still. They're still hitting it with me.
Salad.
Yeah, yummy. Yes.
But old shows.
All those shows. But with that said, if you've not heard of this song, it's called the Affirmation Song. And I just think every now and then people need to get up and just brush your teeth to this song or something. If you don't have
a great way to start your day.
Sticky notes. And I know several teachers, start this song off with their kids. And I just don't see what's wrong with it. I love it.
Michael Bublé's daughter's one of them.
I mean,
Such a beat too. Repeat after me. Come on, everyone. There is no one better to be than myself.
There's no one better to be than myself.
Today is going to be an amazing day.
Today is going to be an amazing day.
This is so great. I know.
Best way to start your day.
7 people are watching. It's working.
They're probably wondering what they stumbled into.
I know. They're probably thinking, okay, do you have what Snoop has?
Right?
No, I do not. I can't.
Yeah.
It stinks to me. See, I just think this is adorable.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you play this for your children?
Yeah.
Yes. My daughter loves this song.
I'm responsible.
I try to be. I'm just saying.
Great way to start the day.
I was like, I'm going to talk to John. And I was like, I think if I can get Snoop Dogg's approval, which I don't think would be hard right now, because
wait till after he takes his medicine. Wait till after he takes his medicine.
Listen, anybody that's best friends with Martha Stewart is a friend of mine.
And like we were saying, now I told her, I said, if you told me when I was 15 years old that in my future, Snoop Dogg, Michael Bublé, Gwen Stefani, and Reba McEntire would all be on a show together, I would be like, okay, whatever.
This is not. I think so far, this is the best combo of the 4 since Blake Shelton.
Yes.
And now I can't even say it. Blake Shelton, and I see his face. Oh my gosh, Maroon 5 guy.
Adam Levine.
Adam Levine, yeah, and all them, the original 4.
Yeah.
I think this is a great combo.
It's a great combo.
And again, I love Gwen Stefani's when she was on, or she's still on. She's still on, isn't she?
I got to tell you, and I love Gwen Stefani, and I love Blake Shelton, but I don't think they make a good duet partner.
It's starting to grow on me.
Is it?
I will.
Okay, maybe I need to keep pushing through,
It
because I'm
wasn't
just like
at first, but I like how she's getting him out of his. You know how we've always said this, that you're even as adults, if we think that we're at our prime and we don't need to learn anything else.
Oh yeah,
I look at it like that. And so with him stepping into the more pop kind of, he was adjusting vocals.
Yes.
I respected him more because he's trying something different. It's no different than when Madonna changed so many daggone times.
Well, this is true.
I mean, let's just go there, because I thought,
or Taylor Swift.
How many errors do you have to go through? But
love her.
I'm halfway. I'm a half Swiftie.
I guess I'm a half Swiftie. I like some of her music, but I'm not a diehard fan. I'm more of a fan of who she is as a person.
And how she and how businesswoman she is.
Oh yeah.
100%.
The fact that she found a way to reclaim her music, which was somebody's suggestion. Whose suggestion? I can't remember. Somebody suggested that to her. But I mean, it's just how much money she gives back. Everywhere she does a concert, she finds a charity and donates thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I think it's beautiful. It's very, very Dolly Parton, very demure. No,
I think she is the Dolly Parton of that generation.
I do too.
Like Carrie Underwood, I felt like was ours. I don't know how much she gives, but the singing and the being a part of everything.
Let me tell you something. Nobody sings How Great Thou Art like she did. If you can get that live version, it will bring me to tears.
I haven't.
Her and Vince Gill. I think Vince was playing guitar. You don't hear him sing, but it brings me to tears every single time. I had to quit listening to it in the car because it tears me up. I'm sitting on the side of the road. Oh my God.
Yep.
It's just, there's certain songs that will do that. Proud to
me
be an
and
American.
My dad sang that song together. So every time I hear it, it's like, that's our song. That's our song.
It'll get you.
But with that said, with everything going on this weekend and today, this beautiful Thursday weather, I woke up this morning and it was foggy fog where you could not see nothing when taking the kids to school. But as the sun's come up, it's killed off a lot of that, whatever you want to call it, the dew, the fogness, and now everything's
clouds.
And so with that said, it does look like it's going to be a bright, you just looked up the weather. This weekend's weather is going to be immaculate.
We're going to have 85 on Friday and Saturday for both events. No rain in the forecast. The wind will be low. So Autumn Street vendors, you do not have to chase your stuff down the street this year. Very excited about that.
And of course, our weather is being brought to you by Reddick Brown Ford.
Go Reddick Brown.
Yeah.
But yeah, sunny to partly cloudy on Saturday. And of course, when you're on this street, the buildings really do create somewhat of a shade. So, I mean, it's really not going to be too bad at all. I'm pretty excited about it.
I am too. So with that said, let's just start from what's going on right now to leading up to the weekend. First and foremost, Hurricane Helene has created such a major disaster. If you're not following us on Facebook or Instagram, please look at that, because we're looking for families that live here in Warren County that might have families outside that live in these areas that got affected, that maybe I want to know their story. I want people to know that, because we reach out as a community every time when something happens in our state of Tennessee. We unite and we get it. We hit it hard. And a shout out to everybody that has got in touch with me that is doing things. First and foremost, I do want to say this, Pure Wealth, Dan Sillers and CK is another dropping point for, disaster relief supplies, whether that's water, trash bags, things that you think's a necessity. That's a dropping point for donations.
They do have a list.
Yeah.
And I do know that unfortunately, Yellow Jackets nest in the ground, and when all this flood water came in, it upset them, and now they're swarming and they're stinging all of the rescuers, and they're getting attacked. So they are needing EpiPens, they are needing Benadryl, anti-allergy medication to deal with that. Because I mean, they're angry. I'd be angry too.
You woke me up.
I mean,
But that's at Pure Wealth is the one location currently. I want to say thanks to TCAT getting on the early train. All the TCAT schools here in the Tennessee area combined together and collected a ton of water bottles, or what bottle of water, I should say, and they shipped that out on Tuesday morning after 8 a.m. I want to say again, thank you to our McMinnville Fire Department. You can drop off donations at Station 1 and or 2 for that, and they also have a list as well. You can see that one is actually in our newsletter if you want to check that out. And their goal, though, for the fire department is October the 4th. They're hoping to get everything together and put together and ship off by the 4th, which was tomorrow. And also, last but definitely not least, I want to do a shout out. I don't think they get enough credit where credit is due. They help out the community a lot behind the scenes. Silent Creed. They had thanks to, I think it was a Rusty Nails, 3 Rusty Nails trailer. It was a 53-foot trailer. And yesterday I got a ton of pictures with DT and the gang out there and the women that helped get this together. And we actually were there when another truckload came with more stuff. And they are almost completely full. People were bringing bottles of water in the pallet loads.
Oh, wow.
And which is amazing, which is great. And so with that said, there's from what I know now, if anybody is trying to reach out their people, like specifically in Asheville, my brother-in-law just got into town last night from Asheville, and it took him 4 or 5 days to get here because, of course, they had to wait till a path opened up to allow that. But if you as following us on Facebook and Instagram, you can see the damage on the roads. The damage.
Have you seen that?
No, I haven't. What is that?
So this is the satellite image from space. And if you see, can I do it with you guys?
Yeah.
You can see the path, the hurricane's path through where it's ripped up power lines, and I'll show this to the page, but where it's ripped up power lines, I mean, you can see the path of
So
the
anything
hurricane.
dark, it's bad.
Yeah, that's where it ripped out the lights, and it's in darkness. I know several people in the Carolinas, the lower Carolinas, Charlotte, where I'm from, the Rock Hill, Lake Wiley area, they were without power for days, which reminds me, speaking of I'm from Charlotte, most people don't realize that 35 years ago, almost to the day, another hurricane ripped through the Carolinas that was also a category 4. It went through on the September 22nd. This one came through on the September 22nd. This one came through on the 27th, but that was Hurricane Hugo. Apparently the Carolinas don't have a lot of luck with H named hurricanes.
No.
But that one was also a category 4, knocked out power, did a lot of damage. Actually, it was $11 billion. That's $89. I think it was like 25 billion in 24 money.
Wow.
But the devastation was so catastrophic that they actually retired the name. Hugo is no longer used. It was replaced
probably
with
Helene is going to be replaced.
Oh,
too.
I'm sure, but it got replaced with. Hang on, I wrote all this down. Umberto. So
I don't know how they come up with these names.
Baby book, probably.
Yeah, and just go down in order.
Yeah. But a lot of people are comparing Hurricane Helene to Katrina, which Katrina was a category 3. And yes, that was a mass casualty, but the hurricane's not what caused all the damage with Katrina. The levees giving way is what caused all the damage with Katrina. That's what caused that one to be so bad, was that the levees broke, which the town officials knew was going bad. They've been trying to pass the budget to fix that levee for years, and every year they opted to increase welfare benefits instead of fixing that levee. Houston knew that it was coming, knew that it was going to happen, had been keeping up with it, and had been preparing for decades. Or for years. That's why they were able to react so fast with the refugees and get the refugees in so fast, is because they knew that it was happening and they had been stockpiling and preparing. But that's why Katrina was so bad. It wasn't the hurricane itself. It was the fact that that city is below sea level, and the wall holding the ocean back gave way.
God, that's horrible.
It is.
Why would anybody want? I'm just going to be the anomaly.
I'm
Why
the same
would
way.
anybody live there? I would be paranoid the whole time.
Oh, me too. Well, and I mean, and the amount of violence that occurred in the Superdome where they were housing people. Women were assaulted, children were assaulted. I mean,
That's a nice
it
way
was
of saying it.
yeah, I'm not gonna say the real thing because I don't wanna get flagged by Facebook. They've already got my number. But I mean, and the fact that there's the prison there, they just opened the bars and said, "Good luck," and ran off. And so now we've got these and, the records are gone. So all these people that were in there for crimes from probably misdemeanor to
Yeah.
murder are now just out running in the United States.
And we
Do we know
hope
where
that
they
they
are?
learn that we hope that maybe this is their second chance from
Hopefully.
God, maybe. I don't know, a weird way. But with that
But
said,
anyway,
the storms have been horrible. If you didn't see any of those videos I posted, please do. I was trying to share as many as I can as we see them come through. I did talk to DT, and they said once they get all the stuff delivered sometime next week, the whole goal is whether it's in our newsletter or here on the show, we want to get their stories because we think they need to be heard. Because
absolutely.
as somebody that gives donations, you sometimes hearing from the other side how it helped them, how it impacted them. And
Well,
some of
yeah.
the videos I shared yesterday, or I did not, let me say that I did not share, is I had video of a gentleman that got to go back to his house, but there's still water in there. And he was talking a little ugly about how they've cut not only the electricity off and the water because, of course, of the pollutants in the water, but there's no more water to drink. Like they're all out.
Yeah.
And then a cool thing that Melody posted was talk about the mule. What was it? The mule packing.
The mule packing, mule skinners is what they're called here. I
Okay.
don't know if it's everywhere, but the people with mules have gone old school and have packed them up with food and water in these areas where cars and vehicles can't get in. They're just riding the mules in, which is so incredible.
Yeah.
Which also gives me hope that maybe if something catastrophic
Ever
completely
happens,
happens, we
we
do
have
know
the
how to
same
survive.
yeah.
We've not become completely dependent on modern technology. But yeah, that's how they're getting it in is every day they're going in there, they're loading up all of these mules. And I think it's not just local. I think other people are bringing in their mules as well, but they're bringing them in. And that's how they're getting supplies to these areas where there's
That are
nothing. Yeah.
unreachable.
I mean, Asheville, there is no way into was no way. I don't know now, but was no way into Asheville but air. And yesterday I did post my friend that I went to school with, her mom now lives in Asheville. And we finally heard from her yesterday because there's been no cell phone service, there's been nothing. And thankfully they've had a generator and they're doing okay. Their house is okay. But there's a lot of people that aren't. I mean, I have a deep connection to Asheville. That's my getaway, my happy place. And it's going to take a lot to recover from this. And you also have to think, and I'm not trying to downplay the people who lost their homes and lost family members. That is horrific,
Horrible.
and my heart breaks. But here, just in Tennessee, most people maybe not know that the Davy Crockett State birthplace state park out in Limestone is gone. All of those artifacts about Davy Crockett's life, all of the paperwork, his cabin, which was a replica, but it was a replica made from the wood of the original cabin. It's all gone. The river claimed it all. All of that history is gone, and that's something we will never get back. And I'm sure that's not the only historical thing that was lost in this floodwater. So, I mean, there's a lot of different parts of tragedy. There's several different things, and it's just gonna take a lot to get
It's
back
gonna
from
take
it.
a lot. It's not gonna happen overnight, and everybody needs to be patient.
Yeah.
And and I say this if you're out there and you're listening, our prayers go out to you guys. And if y'all need anything else from us, whether that's water or trash bags or Benadryl or
Yeah.
things like that, we're only a text message, a phone call away. Like notify somebody, be like, hey, we still need help. So keep posting those videos that we can see on social media to keep it going and keep updating us on on the movement. But with that said, moving on to the next thing because we have so many things to talk about today.
And we're on limited time.
Yeah, we're on limited time. I have a doctor's appointment today. But with that said, coming up on Friday, it's the big time for our seniors. It is the annual homecoming parade event and more. But with that said, I know all the seniors are excited. I know I saw one of the moms last night. She was excited that there's only like one more night left of putting the floats together
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And that's one cool thing I love about our community is we give an outlet to these seniors, freshmen, sophomore, and juniors to express themselves in art, and that's to see how they do.
Yeah.
And each year they get better and better.
Last year they had a transformer one that actually transformed. It was insane. And I
Yeah.
mean, I love seeing the creativity, and I know that a lot of it is the parents, y'all. I'm not
But still,
naive,
that's part
but
of it. I'm not
I
no,
mean,
that's part of
I
it.
know. And I mean, how are these kids supposed to learn if there's not a creative parent leading the way and
Mhm.
teaching them?
Yeah.
And it's incredible. And
Yeah.
then we do the Pioneer Pep Rally, and
And then the game. But the cool thing this year, which I don't, I'm going to say this as nice as I can. Early dismissal for only public schools. Okay. So if you are a private school like Boyd Christian and Covenant, you're not getting an early dismissal. I got confirmed yesterday.
whoops.
So Boyd Christian, FC Boyd Christian, and Covenant Academy are going to be regular scheduled. There's no early dismissal unless your parent checks you out because of it.
Yeah.
But with that said, all public schools in Warren County will be dismissing tomorrow starting at 12 o'clock. And if I was a parent, I know you're going to be like, Kelly, that's crazy balls you're talking about, but you need to get there before 12 to dismiss to get your kid. You better get in that
Yeah.
line.
No, yeah.
If you're a car driver, they don't drive a car yet, you better act accordingly.
I've got two.
Don't tell them what time you're going, because then everybody's
Mm-mm.
gonna know. Don't give out your secret.
If you've been a car rider, you know.
Yeah, wink.
If not, find a car rider friend who's willing to spill the tea.
Yes.
Um,
But they all dismiss at 12 o'clock. I don't know how the rules are, but I do know that if you, I will say this, and I'm going to speak on behalf of the businesses here in downtown McMinnville because this is where they come through with the floats. If you decide to go into one of the businesses, please literally just go in there so you can shop or buy something, even if it's a $5 item. Because if you're going to take the time to, for example, sit where me and Melody are in Tops Frozen Yogurt and Metro Deli, buy something,
Yeah.
make it worth their while, because there's going to be actually people here, wanting to eat and sit and, waiting for the parade.
Right.
But I will say you need to come early. You need to set up early.
Be patient.
And be patient. Like if
Please be patient.
since Melody's going to get her kids and I don't have to worry about it, I'll be like, hey, Melody, I can save you a seat.
Yeah.
Well,
Melody's going to turn her children loose because they're adult-ish.
Then I'll save just me and you a chair.
And then Melody will be running around photographing. So
there you go.
If you see me, I look like this. Smile, wave, and make a funny face.
In the newsletter.
Yeah. And I'm gonna hopefully maybe be on the stage again like I was last year, because I got some really great shots from the stage.
Oh.
I hope to be at the homecoming game again that night, but I don't know because I've also got Autumn Street Fair. I'm still trying to figure out how to get everything situated.
And you know what I just thought before I forget till we move on? I'm gonna see if Joe would let you get up there.
Nope. Painted Barn goes up there.
Never mind.
Jeff goes up there.
Lucky.
That's Jeff's coveted secret space.
Can y'all not share?
I don't know.
I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Oh no. But I'm also terrified of heights. I don't know how comfortable I'd be up there. Okay. But I mean, I got some great shots last year of the parade going by. I was testing my camera, ended up with an amazing shot of the Park Theater, which I entered into the fair this year and did not win.
It's okay.
It's still a great shot.
Amazing.
But no, but I will probably, if Jeff's going to be on this side, then maybe this year I need to be on this side so I cover both areas.
You need to be somewhere close to here, because I say that because they always do that's where Ben Lomond sets up and they shoot they wait for their
so maybe I'm going back on that side. Okay, I'm going to be somewhere.
She'll be somewhere. But with that said, early dismissals at 12 o'clock, followed by the homecoming parade at 1:30 p.m. And if you're not a part of our text club, text the keyword, and I'll post that in just a second, Miss Patricia. Thank you. Text the keyword, or text the number, 81010 to Warren 931, and you can become part of our text club, because I'm going to message this out first thing in the morning.
Yes.
Or I think about doing it today, actually.
And heads up, the streets are getting closed for all of that at about noon. So if you don't want to have to hoof it to wherever you need to be for lunch or stores or whatnot, get here before then, or be prepared to walk it. Which I mean really isn't that bad. There's tons of parking behind the Park Theater, behind where the farmers market is.
Farmers market.
It's going to be a beautiful day for a walk, but the streets will be closed. And I don't know because I never got confirmation. Maybe somebody can come in and we can confirm. But my understanding, the last I heard, is they are not reopening until after Autumn Street Fair.
I think I heard the same thing.
Because there was a big debate on, do we reopen at 5 o'clock and then close again at 8, or do we just let it go?
I read it on the signage. That's blinking. It
Maybe.
talks about when the early where it talks about it.
I'm sorry, I didn't pay attention to the blinky sign.
I saw that on the way on Monday coming through after watching the ball game.
And I know a lot of y'all are like, why wouldn't they reopen it? Y'all, that's a lot of work to have to, and that's tax money because they're going to have to pay somebody to come out here and do that and to move all of that twice.
Yeah.
Because you have to think they have to come and take it up at 5 and then they have to put it back at 8. So I mean, really, it's aggravating, but it's saving you money.
Real quickly, just to put a pause in homecoming, Patricia Basham, thank you for being an avid listener. Love you, boo. But she said several small airplanes are planning to fly to Spruce Pine, North Carolina on Saturday to take supplies. Travis Thaxton is coordinating that. They have relatives from there.
Nice. Good. Okay, good.
But again, if anybody wants information on it, I'll keep posting that up right there so you can get info. Miss Pat, if you want to put any other information out there, we'll love to share it here on social media as well for the Hurricane Helene disaster relief.
Yep.
Followed by the homecoming parade, though, guys. After 1:30, after it's done, tentatively. Now these are, an estimated time because we don't really know when the parade's going to end.
Yeah.
They're thinking it's going to end in 30 minutes. And then the Pioneer Pep Rally, which will be held at, I'm going to give you all the names, okay?
The grassy lot. That's
the Paul Holder lot. The Paul Holder grassy lot.
We're giving it a new name.
I've heard several now.
See, that's so funny. We've got, okay, speaking of that, sorry, ADD moment, but since we're already talking about it, and honestly, y'all, I'm sorry if I dropped the ball because I don't remember if I got this over.
Oh, and then I've got another name. So as she's looking up, so I've heard of the grassy lot. I've heard the Paul Holder grassy lot. I've also heard it called the city lot on the square.
Oh, well, see, there we go. Well, according to the city, join us at McMinnville City Hall on Wednesday, October 16th at 5:30 p.m. for the lot public input session. This is your chance to share your thoughts and ideas about the future of our community space. We want to hear from you on how we can make the lot even better. Your input is valuable, so please sign up and attend this in-person event. Let's work together to create a vibrant and inclusive space for everyone to enjoy.
Oh, when is it?
October 16th at 5:30 p.m. That's a Wednesday. Let's see.
I think
at the City Hall. So that'll be good. I mean, it's used for the ice skating rink, but it really does need
it could be used so much more than just during these events. Like we could do something, whether it's like, that one time that like bands could just like kind of do pop-up bands. Like I'm going to use the Gilmore Girls as an example because I always loved it that they had the playing artist all at random spots in their whole town.
Oh, that would be so cool if they did an art event, like an art crawl where artists could just sit there on the grassy lot and paint and people could see them.
Yeah.
Ooh, let's encourage the art in this area. You know how I feel about that.
But with that said, whatever you want to call the lot, we're just going to call it the lot for now. That is where the pep rally will be at tentatively at 2:00. So once, if your child wants to be a part of the pep rally and the involvement, because I do believe that it is going to be crazy.
It always is. It's one of the biggest events.
And they're not going to close the road for this pep rally, y'all. I don't believe.
Yeah, no, it's the main road is closed.
After the parade?
Yes, that's what I was saying. I think the road is going to, because there's too many kids down here and the people don't know how to act civilized. So here's a fun fact for you guys. The main street going straight through our town here is a state road. The city has no control over it. So when you see people flying through here at 90 miles an hour and you're like, I wish they would put up speed bumps. Us too, but we can't. That's a state problem. So there's a little fun fact for you, but they fly through here, which is why I'm glad that they close it for trick or treat too. And I know it's an inconvenience to our business and it breaks my heart, which is why I encourage you guys to continue to support our business even with the streets closed, but it's a safety issue. There are so many kids running through
I
downtown.
like that top. Sorry,
I do
people
too.
watching.
Ooh,
That's pretty.
that would look better on you than me. You've got the hair for it.
No, you got the attitude for it. Yeah.
Mm,
Anywho,
sorry.
we like the people watch.
ADD.
Squirrel.
But anyway, so no, it will be closed the whole time. But yeah, because it's going over into the little area right there by the fountain, but it's not big enough to hold everybody. They're everywhere.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be one of the biggest pep rallies. And I want to say a thank you to Security Federal Savings Bank, Tanera and them. They just do it right.
They do.
When it comes to school events, I feel like, they're always
They're
involved.
amazing.
And
Well, Tanera's so involved anyway. I mean,
Mhm.
she's incredible. She's doing a great job with the
Project
thank
graduation.
you.
I know that.
She
This
knew
is
where I was
held
going.
telepathically.
I'm telling you, we're getting to know each other. It's like we're like an old married couple.
I'm trying to get Tanera to come in to talk about project
No,
graduation. She's really busy.
Tanera doesn't know if she's coming or going. She's so busy.
Same.
She's like me, where she doesn't know if she's found a rope or lost a horse.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
You need a T-shirt like that.
I know, right? Should
The
make a shirt.
one on the front, one on the back.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be cool. The rope goes around. I wonder if David could do that. Hey, honey.
Kelly wants a T-shirt. Go ahead.
Anyway, but if you want to see, if you've never done the Pioneer Pep Rally and you
It's
want to know what you're
so
getting
much
into,
fun.
you can go into the Melody Crim photography page where I
Yeah.
took the pictures last year and you can see, I mean, the crowd is huge. I think, do not quote me on this, but I think it was 7,000 last year. I think is what we had down here. Yeah,
Wow.
it was.
And they are playing the kickoff, continuing on so we can move on to the next one.
Yes.
The kickoff is at 7 p.m. And of course, you
Mhm.
can listen live. I know Ben Lomond always covers this stuff. And we're playing Green Hill. And one thing I did want to tap on while we're talking about football that I'm really excited about, I don't even think I told you this yet.
Whoa.
I'm working on a project that it's going to
course you are.
happen. Of course. What am I not doing? So I want to just get this out here because everybody comes to me and says, "Have you heard? Have you heard?" Or "What do you think about?" Or "Hey, how about this concept?" So the biggest concept I'm hearing around in our community about our football team, it's not nothing ugly about our coach. It's nothing ugly about our players because everybody has bragged about how the work is in there. We're just not seeing the wins, right? But everybody's
Mhm.
also saying it's not about winning or losing. But with that said, we are a 6A
Oh, she
region.
was.
It's okay. We are a 6A region, schedule is what we have. And everybody is talking about, well, have we ever thought about the concept of doing what White County did back in 2018 of going non-regional? Okay.
Yeah, there was a
And
whole big discussion.
there's a whole big discussion on that. And this isn't the first time this has happened, okay? Because I remember this was talked about a year before I graduated back in 2003. And so I've got the green light so far with Jeff Barnes. He is going to be our host of the show here at Warren First with alongside Coach Matt Turner. And then I'm still waiting. Right now they couldn't do it because they want to wait. And so I talked to the coach and I talked to Jeff, and we're gonna wait till after the season's over and get together, hopefully with them guys and the school board and maybe Dr. Grant Swallows, and talk about what is the future for our Warren County. How can we make this better? Whether we talk about adding more programs like weightlifting classes or flag football or whatever to start building, because what I have found out with the research of getting more involved in our football team now. I don't have any kids involved, but it's a community thing. We love football. And who wouldn't like to see a win? I know, I'm just going to say, because I'm a sore loser. But with that said, more that I dig in, I am finding out that not just White County schools in Gallatin and Franklin and Green Hill, you guys need to realize the ones that have kids involved in this program and or don't have. We all need to start realizing that um these programs for these other schools started when they got into elementary.
We are a very baseball-centered town, and the football program gets dropped. I mean, I think
I don't know about that,
but the middle school has a football team, but I don't think any of the elementary schools do.
They're trying, or they have done. I can't remember what he said now. They're trying to start a flag football for elementary.
That would be so good.
And one cool thing that I wanted to talk to Coach Turner and Coach Matheny about, because he is our middle school football coach, is the fact of implementing plays that are already existing, like they're sharing the same plays. Because a lot of these kids, I found out through White County, they learn these plays in middle school, and by the time they're in high school, they know this like the back of their hand.
Yeah.
And that's why they look a lot, maybe, I don't know how to say it, like cleaner. I don't know football terms.
Yeah.
But they look more polished.
There
I
you
guess
go.
that's the
There's
word
a good
to use.
word. Wait, is this Brian Matheny?
No, Ben.
Oh, Matt had him as a teacher. He's fantastic.
Yeah. Matt has a lot of, I call him Matt, but I should say Coach
There's so
Turner.
many
I know
Matheny's
Matt.
in this
Matt's
town.
like family to me. So Matt has put together an impeccable team of men and women to make these programs start. We just started this year in 8th grade a weightlifting class.
Good.
So, and again, that's not going to happen overnight where we can get these guys beefed up. I have said this because we just started the basketball team at Covenant once again with my girls. And you know what my list of needs are? I told the parents, on Tuesday, I said, you need to buy your child either a 2-pound weight or a 5-pound weight. And on a fall break, I'm going to show you basic, or we got to start doing some weightlifting.
Or get a membership to the Civic Center. That's where my son started. He started doing weightlifting somewhere halfway through his sophomore year. And he's a senior this year. He lost, I think he's up to, wait, no, that's me, 50, 60 pounds. I don't know. He'd never touched a weight before, and he can now bench press 300 pounds.
He's fit.
He's very fit. He's got muscles. I'm not ready for all of this. But anyway, and he doesn't play football, but it does take time, but you can get there. And he'd never picked up a weight before. And the people in there, the other gym junkies, the gym rats as they're called, were very kind to him to teach him the proper way to weight lift, what he needs to do. He also checked out YouTube videos.
Yeah. There's plenty of stuff online.
It's unreal what he
that
does.
You can find.
You know, he figured out, like, he took my husband's thunder. He went to the homecoming dance, and he'd never even owned a tie before. Sorry, y'all.
Learn.
But by the time my husband got home to show him how to tie a tie, which is the father's, thing, he'd already YouTubed it, had it tied, everything. And I'm like, well, guess he doesn't need us anymore.
No. And that's
a very independent child.
Strong. Not only do they need to be strong players by lifting weights and things like that, and it doesn't have to be heavy weights, but they also have to have a good cardio workout, building up their lung strength for the running, whether it's football, basketball, soccer. And let me tell you, as a parent that still works out, having a 2-year-old toddler and a 10-year-old that runs you around, I don't need to be on the floor like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You have to, you got to take care of you.
And let me tell you, the Civic Center, I think he was paying, when he quit doing it because he went back to school, he was paying $20 a month.
Oh, that's
that was it.
Yeah.
And he could go anytime, do whenever. And I mean,
and if
it's pretty good weight for him. I mean, he had the weights, but then he also did the machines. I mean, they have, the step machine, they have the treadmill.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's definitely something you could do with your kid. I mean, the weather months are getting colder. You're tired of them being in the house. Send them to the gym.
And if if the Civic Center's not close to you, or if it's USA Gym or Planet Fitness or the Highland Room CrossFit, there's a program for everybody.
Hey, fun fact, Planet Fitness is free of charge in the summer for kids.
That is true. I forgot about that. Yes.
Yeah. That's why he switches over.
Yeah.
Because he can save that $20. He
is very smart.
Paying his own gym membership.
But with that said, moving on, and we got to wrap it up. We have to do this in 10 minutes.
Okay. Wait, real quick.
Yes.
Real quick, the other big thing that's happening that maybe isn't getting as much press because of the whole hurricane, but yes, our ports did close down along the East Coast.
Yes.
Please don't panic buy. Toilet paper is made here in the U.S. You don't need 5 rolls. I know that we've all got PTSD from 2020. This is not 2020. It's going to be fine.
It's going to be fine. My friend Davua took a picture. She's like, look, guys, I can do this. one thing of milk,
Right.
one thing of water, one thing of toilet paper.
The stores are already getting ransacked because everybody's freaking out thinking it's going to be 2020 all over again.
No,
and I don't think it's going to be like that.
Calm down.
And toilet paper is made in the U.S., so it's not coming in on the ships anyway.
And if you do run out of toilet paper and you got you get
Girl.
a washcloth.
Right.
Can I just say that? I mean, I might be redneck by saying that.
Well, no.
But I've used, rinse and go. Get a paper towel, re-clean it.
I've used construction paper before, y'all. I've been poorest to poor.
And there's leaves outside. I'm just saying, when you go camping,
there's alternatives.
Happens.
I think that's why we survived 2020 so well, is because we were used to being poor and this was nothing new. We just had to backtrack a little bit.
Right.
But some people don't know how to do that, and it's going to be fine.
Happens. There's people that do panic a little extra, and that's normal.
Well, it is, because it's the uncertainty. It's the unknown.
Yeah.
Where are we going with this? Yep. There's already too much going on, but hopefully that strike will be over soon. The ships will be coming back in. It's an election year, y'all. I mean, really, anything can happen. Anything is going to happen. I'm still waiting for the riots to start. I'm sorry to say that, but every election year.
With that said, moving on.
Anyway, moving on.
We have to talk about Autumn Street Fair, which Miss Melody is a Autumn Street Fair little vendor.
And they've already marked the number.
I saw they already marked the numbers. So again,
good job, y'all.
Autumn Street Fair is this Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So make sure you come out and support all these local vendors here from Warren County and the out-of-towners. This is a great time. Me and Melody, I've been here for several times doing this. I get a lot of my Christmas shopping from these homemade goods.
Yeah.
And one cool thing that Melody has that I absolutely love that she did a bomb drop for me is the fact of her fudge. Is it refrigerated, or it doesn't have to be refrigerated for 3 months?
Come to find out.
Yeah. Fun fact.
It can sit on your counter for 1 week, 1 to 2. And the refrigerator is good for 2 to 3. But if you stick it in your freezer, you can have it for 3 months. You just need to thaw it out before you eat it. I don't know why that needs to be said, but it does.
You have to.
But
unless your kid's teething and you want them to suck on it.
Hey, that's gonna be messy.
So,
but this is the same fudge that I had at the fair. Caramel apple is coming back.
It was so good.
But
my whole entire family,
you guys voted on it. Thank you.
Thank you on the page. Melody's like, I don't feel comfortable putting it on mine.
Well, I couldn't.
Care.
Personal pages won't let you do a poll. And I really didn't want to read through 20,000 comments. But anyway, I'd rather have just read.
I loved it. It hit it hard.
It did. We may do this again for Christmas. But we are doing the pecan praline. Oh my gosh, y'all. I almost ate the whole stash last night.
It sounds so good.
It was so good. It's heavy on the cinnamon, but it's so good. Then we've got the maple walnut. We did do salted caramel. That was not an option, but several people in the comments requested it. The chocolate and the peanut butter, of course. I'm missing somebody. Who am I missing? I don't remember. Anyway, I'm going to post it and then I'll share it to the page once we get there.
Maybe?
No, I opted not to do that because it's never been a big seller. But here's the big surprise. Y'all ready for this? Those who have lived here a long time, you know that apple brandy was part of McMinnville's history. It was a big thing back in the day. So we have apple brandy fudge.
Ooh.
We have apple brandy fudge, and we are doing a special on Saturday. They are only going to be $8 for half a pound instead of our regular 10. And we now have 1 pound variety containers. We have one that's all the caramel flavors. Yes. Oh, banana caramel. That was the other one.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
It was so good. So we've got like a caramel variety box. We've got a fall flavor variety box. We've got a 1 pound of the chocolate peanut butter because everybody seems to like that.
I would love to request a s'more fudge if possible.
It was on the list of things possibly to do, and then I backed out. I just need to make you a s'mores.
Just make me one for Christmas.
But the 1 pound box is going to be $15. So that's a whole pound of fudge for $15. Y'all, you can't get that price anywhere else.
No, you can't. But it's not just fudge that's going to be sold on Autumn Street Fair. There's quilts. There's paintings. There's origami at one point I've seen back in the heyday.
Oh my gosh. If it's the lady who does the origami earrings, mind blown. I love her earrings.
Beautiful, by the way.
She does an incredible job. But we will also have, along with the fudge, David's Songbird Studio stuff will be in the tent. If you want to meet my child who I keep talking about, he's going to be in the tent with the girlfriend, maybe. But anyway, our t-shirts that day only will be 30% off. So come stock up.
Speaking of t-shirts, if you need a Pioneer shirt for the pep rally, you need to go by there today at the Rustic Daisy.
Yes.
And get that shirt so you can look good at the pep rally.
And that's where we'll be set up. We'll be right in front of the Rustic Daisy since that's where our booth is. I figured that was probably the best place to park it.
Yeah.
And there will be stuffs inside as well. Please go. That's another thing with Autumn Street Fair. Yeah. The booths are great. Don't forget our small businesses down here.
Go in there.
They're all going to be open as far as I know. Go shopping. I know Crafty Hut's going to be open. I think she's running a deal. Evelyn Taylor.
A white car's parking, guys.
Yes, and it's very reflective.
Yeah.
She's doing a great job.
Yeah.
She's not from here. She's from,
I
don't know. Sorry. Told y'all, two ADD girls on the radio is probably not a good thing.
I know, and I gotta be at my doctor's appointment at 9:30. Go, go, go.
Okay, anyway, but also, again, be patient and be kind. I know that Tops, that's a busy day for Tops. That's why my husband's not helping me because it's mandatory. I was down there with the girls at Vanilla Bean, and they get slammed. So if you're going in there to get coffee, if you're going in there to get food, be patient, be kind.
Yes. And before I forget to mention, if you want a copy of our newsletter, as I'm telling it in, you can text the local voice to 931-305-0869 to get you subscribed on our digital copy of the newsletter. Also, be a part of our text club as well. I can send you how to be a part of that on the Remind app if you also text me at that phone number. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Audible, all that and more. But it has been an amazing day. And I want to tell everybody that coming up tomorrow's show, it's going to be a special show. I'm going to be at the Tennessee Cow Rescue Place with Miss Denise. And we're going to be live on location out there supporting, promoting. And it's just going to be a good time. Melody, I think they're confused. You need to go. Oh. And with that said, yeah.
Hang on.
The other one. Nope. Go. Just tell them. I know how this works. Yeah. But the one down there is. But with that said, you can call me at 931 or text me at 305-0869 to get all this information and more. I don't think he understood you. Nope. And then you needed to just do the words you learned this morning while you're walking. And then with that said,
did not speak of the English.
I know. And also, too, before I forget, with all this going on, I want to shout out to the Middle Tennessee Nursery Association and the Landscapers Association. They are bombarding the Milner Recreation Center all weekend long as well, starting today. If you are in landscaping need or want to know what kind of mulch or products to use at your home, whether you're a nursery owner or a homeowner, come out all weekend long and make sure you check out all the cool stuff that we have, because there's a lot of local farmers at our nursery farmers that are going to be there at the Milner Recreation Center. I'm trying. Yeah, it is. I'm trying to remember if I forgot anything else because it's 9:22. I don't think so. Take care. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.
I won't, but I'll see you Saturday. Come
and don't forget to register to vote. October the 7th is your deadline. That's next Monday.
Yes.
That's what it was. Vote. Register. Bye.